everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is gonna be of a different one. We are talking about fragrance fact. I want to make this type of video a usual for me, so we will talk about different kind of fragrance facts in this kind of series, and I'm really excited because if you love fragrance as much as I do, this is gonna only strengthen your love for fragrance, and also is super interesting and might help you when you purchase your next fragrance. So let's get right into the video, and I hope you enjoy it. And in case you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Instagram, it's Amandasoignee. I post a lot of outfit pictures there as well in case you're interested in perfume content. I try. And yeah, don't forget to put the ring bell button on so you get notified whenever I post a new video. So I also want to start something new. I'm going to show you every time I make a video which fragrance I'm wearing. I don't know why, but I just thought it was a good idea. Let me know. So today I'm wearing Opulent Musk, which is the Lattafa perfume. And as you know, for those who watch my Dubai vlog, I have purchased this there. I call it my engagement fragrance and I love it. You need to get it if you haven't already. So let's start, shall we? So we start with the difference of 4 different kind of fragrances, and I'm sure you've already seen this, so you maybe are not aware of it, but I think it's a really important factor in case you love and you buy perfume. But if your expectation is that a perfume has to last long, then this following information is important. So we all know that there's Eau de Toilette, Eau de Cologne, Eau de Parfum, Perfume, or Extrait, and it's not just a fancy name, it is really an indicator of how long the perfume lasts. And the reason being is that in every perfume or fragrance bottle, you have a mixture between alcohol and the perfume oil, and depending on what the fragrance you buy, the perfume is less or more concentrated. The more it is concentrated, the better it lasts on your skin, meaning the longer the fragrance will last. These and obviously a few other factors like what kind of I would say scents you wear, fresher, woody scents, and so on. You start with Eau Fraiche, which is probably the lightest version and you up to 3 hours, 1 to 3% concentration in the bottle. So if you see an Eau Fraiche and you really love it and you want to pay a good amount for it, bear in mind that this perfume is not gonna last you long and you might need to carry a bottle with you wherever you go. Next up is the Eau de Cologne, which has a 2 to 4% of perfume around, and it lasts you up to 3 and 4 hours, but I think that's very ambitious. I don't think it lasts that long. Again, if you are looking for a perfume, a fragrance that lasts longer, then this one is not for you. Come to one that is actually quite usual, which is the Eau de Toilette. It has up to 15% of concentration of perfume, and it depending on your skin it lasts up to 4 to 6 hours. So again, if you wear your perfume in the morning, you probably would smell it until midday, again depending on your skin as well. Next is Eau de Parfum, which is probably the most known one and the most bought one, which has up to 20%, and I would actually say that's a little bit more, but then infos can, be different, but it depends on which brand obviously. And this one lasts up to 8 to 10 hours, I would say. Yeah, depends again also the ingredients. And the most concentrated is Perfume or Extrait, which can go up to 30. I've actually seen one that has 50%, so again that really depends, and this can last 12 hours and plus. This information you can better decide whether a perfume is worth it for you, because I do believe that paying a certain amount for a perfume, you don't want the actual perfume to have more. If you have to look at it this way, the actual perfume or the juice that you buy that you love is the percentage. And normally most of the perfumes or most of the fragrances you buy are actually mixed with alcohol. The reason being is because alcohol carries the fragrance actually really well. In the Middle East, like I said, they also have water-based fragrances, and that's also really amazing for people that have really sensitive skin, because there are a lot of people that are sensitive to alcohol on their skin. Also in the sun, ladies, that's not the best way to do, so maybe make sure when you're in the sun don't spray it directly on your skin. I think if you purchase a perfume and you have a certain budget, make sure that you don't buy one that is expensive but doesn't last you very long. But then if you love the fragrance and you don't mind at all, then you don't have to care about this, but I think it's very good to know. So if you want something that's very strong, make sure you always look for eau de parfum or parfum extrait. These are most of the times the most strong ones. And if you even want something extra, you can also just get pure perfume oil, which is also called attar in the Arabic world, and it's a lot more common there actually. I've shown you in my vlog in Dubai, there are actually stores where they have only perfume oils. I do have some, but I have to say that sometimes the fragrance I don't really enjoy because it depends which perfume oil, but I can definitely make a video on it and reviews. If you're interested, you can also greatly mix this one with as just a fragrance spray. Then the next fact that I want to talk to you about is actually olfactory adaptation. This is really interesting, and when I first learned about this, I was blown away because I had this issue for a long time. So I don't know if you ever experienced, but have you ever worn a perfume that you really love, like I would say one of your signature scents, or even any perfume, and when you first try it in the store, it's like on your skin for a long time, and that's the reason why you won't go back and buy it, because you can't stop smelling your wrist. And then when you wear it, you smell it for the first 10 minutes and then suddenly it's gone. I think a lot of people misinterpret this olfactory adaptation with longevity, because sometimes you wear a perfume and you're like, that doesn't really last long on me, you overspray it and you feel like the longevity of the perfume is not that great. But in reality, what you're experiencing is actually olfactory adaptation. That means that your brain doesn't signal you the perfume anymore. And this is very primal, and this is super interesting about perfume, because your brain and your smell in your sense of smell are actually there to protect you. I mean, not anymore sometimes, but if you smell, like your brain actually signals you, also sense that you smell for the first time. And then like your own body odor, we don't smell our own body odor. I don't know if you've ever met someone, I certainly have, friends of mine that say, oh, you know, recently I was there and I smelled you, which is actually really funny. Sometimes it can be a mix of perfume, but there's also people that have their pH level, their skin, they have their own body odor, which is for a lot of people really nice. And that's why also you say sometimes that I can smell someone really, like most of the times when you fall in love with someone and you always remember their smell. And that's actually a really good sign, but that's another topic. But what I meant to say is that your own body doesn't signal you your body odor, like you're not able to smell it like other people do. And when you smell a lot of, when you wear a perfume often, or when you don't even have to wear it often, but at some point your brain doesn't signal it to you anymore, because it starts to adapt to the smell and it sees it as your own body odor. So what it means is that in the morning you might smell it for 10 minutes and then it stops, you don't smell it anymore. But I don't know if you've ever noticed, I do have that for example with Baccarat Rouge. When I first got it a few years ago, I've actually wore it a lot, and I at some point felt like I didn't smell it anymore. But whenever I met my friends or family, they used to tell me, oh, you smell so good, I'm sure you're wearing Baccarat Rouge again. And it's true, I personally have this problem. I find it so annoying because I want to smell my perfume all day long, and there are perfumes that I wear, I will smell it for the first 10 minutes and then I don't smell it anymore, and during the day I sometimes get a whiff of it. But I have to say that whenever I buy a new perfume, I smell it the whole day, or I smell it for the time being it stays, it lasts, and then I would smell it, then when I would start wearing it, at some point I don't smell it anymore. And that's what it's called, olfactory adaptation. You can actually Google it, it's super interesting. And what it teaches us is should not overspray it, because other people do smell it. And I don't know if you've ever smelled, I've ever come across someone that oversprays perfume. It's like, not like, sometimes less is more, but if you want to go there, just go there. The third fact that I want to talk to you about today is actually that perfume smells different on everyone. I know I say this a lot, but it also explains why sometimes I can find a perfume amazing and someone else can find it really disgusting, if we go there, which is sad to say, but it's the truth. Sometimes you find smell really irritable for you, and the reason being can also be that your pH level on your skin, so your body odor or your smell doesn't really combine well with certain perfumes. They've actually said that there are certain pH levels that mix well with certain notes. That explains maybe why you tend to gravitate to similar notes. One of the other facts that I wanted to talk to you about today is the fact that we can smell feelings, and that's something that always fascinated me about fragrance. And there's actually a documentary where they elaborated more on this. Than when you smell a fragrance or you smell anything, it goes directly to the part of your brain where you hold the emotions, if that makes sense, if I say like that. And it's discovered that we can actually smell fear, we can smell disgust, we can smell happiness, we can smell other kind of feelings. That's why perfume is so important, because it can make us feel a certain way, it can make others feel a certain way, and it can make a huge difference on how we are perceived. I mean, it's like clothes. In German, we actually have a saying, a proverb where they say Kleider machen Leute, which means that the clothes make people. And although we are at the stage where we don't judge people based on their clothes, but it's completely human that you observe and that you have a first expression of something, and that you have also with the perfume. I mean, I don't judge people when I see them, but if I smell a perfume, it automatically goes into a certain part of your brain, and you cannot help but your brain is going to try to organize this smell. There's perfume that can make you buy more. So there's researchers, they have tested and they have created a study, and they have realized that people buy more spend more money when they are in an environment where there's warm scents. For example, vanilla, cinnamon, as opposed to cooler scents. And have you ever been to a luxury hotel and there was a really good perfume, and often of times you describe it as oriental or you describe it as very warm? I mean, it's the same thing. Probably ask yourself, why is it that we spend more when we smell certain scents? And like I mentioned in the previous facts, they're actually combined. It's because perfumes evoke memories, evoke feelings, and that can have an impact, obviously, on your spending. We all know that, right? I mean, lockdown is the best proof. If you are, I don't know, you feel a bit bored or you feel a bit emotional, you're more likely to buy something and make you feel better, right? So perfume can put you in the mood to get something new, to buy something new. So perfume is very powerful. One of the other things that I just want to cover quickly, and which will be the last fact for today, is that you can actually make your perfume last longer. And there's two ways to do it. And there's certainly more, but I'm going to tell you two ways today. Moisturize. You have to moisturize because perfume doesn't last that very long on dry skin. What you can do is you can buy a great body lotion. I recommend you doing that. Obviously, it has to match with your perfume. A lot of perfumes actually offer body lotions. I really appreciate places, perfumers that do body lotions for their perfumes, because if you really love a fragrance scent, I want to get it all. I want to get the hair perfume, I want to get the body lotion, I want to get the perfume, I want to bathe in it because I am in love with this scent, so I want it to be very intense. And the other tip that I would say is put your fragrance on your pulse points, because they are the warmest points of your body, and the fragrance actually get activated, if you want to, with warmth. So I highly recommend you putting it on your pulse points. And also, don't do this. I really don't do this. There's a lot of people that don't do this, but you're just gonna rub off the perfume. So make sure if you want to put it on your pulse points, just spray one here and spray one here, and you're done. So this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment below in case you loved it. I love doing fragrance reviews. I will keep on doing fragrance reviews, but I'm so in love with fragrance and I am so interested in it, and I have been my whole entire life, and I love to share this kind of information because I think sometimes when you're passionate about something, the more you know about it, the more you're passionate about it, and the more also it is helpful whenever you purchase a new perfume to know, is it really worth it? It's the same with fashion. For example, handbags. There's a lot of expensive handbags. Are all of them worth the price? No. Are some of them worth the price? Maybe, but you need to know the facts behind it to decide, and I want to give you this possibility because I think it's important. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you follow me as well on Instagram. My channel is super new. I've only been here for a month and a half, I think, or 2 months, and I really want it to grow, so please don't forget to subscribe.